We are hearing more and more these days about stem cell therapy and how it can make a life-changing difference. One of the world-recognized leaders in this field is Dr. Dennis Locks from Sports and Regenerative Medicine, who has treated some pretty big names in the sports field. And today, joining Dr. Locks is Tampa Bay favorite Derek Brooks and Brandy Winans, who is married to a former NFL player. Good morning to all of you today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I was teasing you. It's been a while.
Yes, it has.
You're cross-country, jet-setting because of your practice out in Beverly Hills, and here you are,
shopping.
Busy. We have talked a little fashion as well. Well, welcome back. We love when you're here, and we love talking about stem cell therapy. So I will give you a chance to kind of introduce your guests and what message you wanted to get across today.
Okay. Well, one of my favorite patients, Derek Brooks here. And Brandy Winans, who's a patient now, and we have an interesting perspective on what happens when you played sports or when you get older and your joints are starting to give you a little pain and trouble.
Well, Derek, I'm going to go ahead and shift gears with you. Thank you, because I know how busy you are with your charities and things. Hopefully we've got some time to touch on that. But let's go after the playing days and the injuries, the soreness. What made you pick up the phone and call Dr. Locks, and how are you doing?
Well, I'm doing fine, and unique perspective for me in all my playing days with some of my teammates joke with me about is I never had a major surgery. So when I stopped playing, I thought I was going to be fine because, you know, guys that I've heard or seen have problems are guys that have had, you know, major injuries and multiple surgeries, and I thought I was going to be fine. And I started having pain in probably one of the most unlikeliest areas that I never thought I'd have, and it was my wrist. And I started having problems just, you know, holding a pen or pencil for an extended period of time. And I was just talking about it, and I ran across a good friend, Ian Beckles. And I said, Ian, I say, you know, take this the right way. I know you've had multiple injuries, but what are you doing to treat? He said, have you tried stem cell therapy? I said, I've heard you talk about Dr. Locks, but you know, that's kind of new to me and this new thing that's going on. I said, I thought that was more for your knees and hips. He said, I'll suggest you have a phone call with him. So I reached out to Dr. Locks, and we got on the phone, and I went, you know, we set up a meeting, so I went to see him, and that's when he started to educate me about this area of stem cell therapy is moving into more parts than just your normal knees and hips. And he said we would treat my wrists, and he, you know, explain everything to me, and I was very, very comfortable trying it. And he understood my psyche. Being someone that never got hurt, I was a little resistance in even trying it. But after we met a couple of times, I started it, and I'm glad that's one of the more best decisions I've made my entire career, because we've been doing it now for 2.5, 3 years, and still hadn't had surgery.
Hey, that is what we like to hear. And Brandy, you've got a different perspective on this, and I've read some of your work before talking about concussions and other ailments that do affect former athletes, and we've talked about your husband as well, and now yourself.
Yes.
Talk about your perspective with stem cell and how really Dr. Locks is the one that's helping you now, I hear, as well.
Absolutely. I was talking to another physician on the phone about regenerative stem cell therapy, and he happened to mention Derek's name, and I've known Derek here in the industry and with the football and Tampa Bay chapter, and so I mentioned it to Derek, and he came back immediately and said, no, 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 no. You need to go see Dr. Locks. As a horsewoman, another athlete, kickboxing, labral tear, different things going on, a couple car accidents here and there.
Oh my, Brandy.
And then being married to another professional football player for 30-some years, we went through a lot of the injury state, and with me personally, I would do everything I could to avoid surgery. And I was starting to have a lot of hip problems, and then a labral tear, osteoarthritis, my shoulder as well. And so I emailed Dr. Locks, and I don't know, it hadn't been maybe an hour or two, and he picked up the phone back. He talked to me over the phone. I was extremely impressed because that doesn't happen. And he set the time, and I went in and had a consult, and 3 days later, I was in having stem cell therapy just 10 days ago. on my both hips and my shoulder.
And here you are smiling. You can tell the relationships already, and I love how organic this is, just word of mouth. And so Dr. Locks, as always, we appreciate you coming in today and your guests as well. And as of course, if you want more information, just give Dr. Locks a call. He'll pick up the phone and chat with you as well. There's the information on your screen for how to do so. Thanks again, everybody.